Hey gods and goddesses, this is Trisha from Light of Lemuria. Today I'd love to share a beautiful journey of mine, a story from living from luxury to authenticity. And this is a personal journey of mine that I have gone from such a what some would consider a dream life, living a $1 million lifestyle on the glamorous destination of the Gold Coast, Australia, living in a $1 million home, the white picket fence, a husband, a family, a child, the perfect dream job, living this beautiful lifestyle. And it was never enough. It was never enough. It wasn't satisfying me. Everything on the outside looked amazing. Everybody thought I had it all. But inside, there was something missing. There was something not quite right. And so that constant yearning and longing and searching for something bigger, something better, finding it outside of myself through spirituality, through constant credit card debts, loans, more possessions, more things in my house, more beauty around me. But it was never cutting it. And so I made the conscious decision to move. Now, this was around COVID time, and everybody was fighting over the last toilet paper in Australia, the last bottle of wine, fighting, nearly killing each other over these things. And I remember saying to my son, oh my God, where is community? There is no community. There is no love. There is no sharing. I've got to get out of here. And so I caught the last plane out of Australia and went to a little island called Koh Phangan in Thailand. And from there we were shut down, locked in. I thought I was only going for a month. It turned out I lived on this little island for 3 years. And at first, it took me a while to really drop into this island, and over 3 years, I fell in love with this island. I fell in love with the community. I fell in love with Soul Tribe. I fell in love with a conscious way of living in the jungle, in absolute nature, in the most beautiful oceans, living off the land, living abundance of fruit, organic living. There is no pesticides, there is no chemicals, there is, just really conscious living. So I made the conscious choice to step away from the matrix and start to live a more simpler life, coming back to myself, coming back to what truly matters, drowning out the outside noises of matrix living, or that 9 to 5, the rush hour, bigger, better, everything consuming me, So 3 years of no static noise and being able to tune in to what I truly needed, what my soul really wanted, really replenished me, and I really got to see what my vision really was for this life, what lit me on fire. And this wasn't about rejecting comfort or success either. It was more about redefining what I truly believed what success truly was. And so from this space, I dived deeper into, of course, Tantra, sacred sexuality, anything that I took 3 years off as well in my business, just to go into a self-discovery, a self-journey and a healing. And for me, it was all about redesigning the way I connect in relationships with loved ones, family members, friendships, the way I really want to show up in the world. Of course, that brought up how I was living and my belief systems, what was mine and what actually was put onto me by others and society's pressures. So I really think that we're at this shift at the moment, this paradigm of shifting into a new way of relating. And that is through being conscious, bringing heart to everything, sharing more, sharing my authenticity, my authentic self, expressing that in a way where I can be around like-minded people who are on the same journey, who want a way of living, who are trying to be more conscious in their world, which makes it a lot more easier for a person that is wanting that themselves, is to be able to drop into that even more. So Soul Tribe was a big part of my journey as well, meeting like-minded people. And through that, I discovered a shallow existence that I was living back on the Gold Coast in Australia. Shallow connections of friendships, how I was relating. And they were more connections out of convenience, out of because I work with them, or I friends with friends of such and such. So I really redefined who I was. Who am I being around? What's influencing me? So I could get a more depth on influencing myself and my true desire, my true authenticity. So for me, having fulfilled everything, I've done everything that I ever wanted to do. I achieved everything I wanted to do. And so I was at that crossroad. What now? I've done everything for myself and all my little dreams. But now it's like, it's about achieving something bigger and better than just my small needs. It's about my mission, my purpose. So I acquired everything that I needed, everything. So I guess this is where I'm at now, is bringing through conscious communities on this beautiful island of Koh Phangan, Thailand, Soul Tribe, living a more conscious life, living a lifestyle that fits with Mother Earth, not consuming so many things, using less plastics, eating more healthy, vegetarian, vegan, fruitarian, eating more off the land, watching what I put into my body, how I live, stop drinking. I don't party like I used to on the Gold Coast. I was a big party girl. There was always this sort of scene where you had to drink wine and be glamorous and this and that. Now I have coconuts and fruit shakes, and the events and the parties I go to are conscious. No one's drinking. Everybody's just relating on such a beautiful way. And even if you're socially awkward, it's so accepted, because everybody just accepts your authenticity and how you show up and who you are, and how we share love. The more we love, the more accepted we are, and the more we accept others. And so for me, this is all I wanted. This is my dream. I'm here now. You know, when I went back to Australia 2 months ago, it's been 5 years since I left Australia. 5 years, almost coming on to 6 years now, living in Kopangang, and I've had all my beautiful luxury $1,000,000 lifestyle all in a storage shed, and I finally got rid of everything. Gave it up on the sides of the road, released everything, sold them, gave away everything. And I had one suitcase to fill to come back to Kopangang. So I grabbed all my personal possessions, but the rest was gone. A full 3-bedroom mansion home, gone to the streets, gone, released. And it took me 2 days to release everything, crying, going through things I couldn't, releasing worldly possessions, just releasing them. And I remember me and my partner, after I released the storage shed, released everything, we sat on Burleigh Head's hill, and I was overlooking the ocean, overlooking my old life, this beautiful, glamorous life, just looking at it and looking down at myself. We were sitting at a park bench, sleeping outside, sleeping in my car, in a tent, traveling the coastline of Australia. And looking down, I was barefoot, had hardly any money, looking at my partner, as hippie as anything, with bare feet, cutting fruit, making dinner on a park bench with crackers and fruit, and just started to cry, just grieving my old life. And I just cried and said, I'm a nomad hippie now. I've got nothing. I've got absolutely nothing. So I was terrified, absolutely terrified. I was at the pivotal point of in between, and where do I go? And all I had was trust that the universe, I was living a life that was so repetitive, that was so easy. I knew it. I knew, I was on autopilot. But now I'm not on autopilot. I don't know what's next. I don't know. All I can do is trust. And that's all I had. That's all I have was this. And through my whole travels was all about releasing and redefining, re-establishing, rebuilding my whole life, my hopes and dreams. And, I've always been a hippie at heart, but now I'm really living this life, of course, goddess life. And for me, this comes down to not what we have, but who we are, what we can actually give from the heart, how we can share to bring true happiness, to bring happiness around you and the world you live in, not harming none, for the good of all. And this is not a fairy tale. This is true. You can really bring this way of life, an existence. Of course, sometimes I long for my old luxury life, and I wish sometimes I had those comforts. And this journey from wealth to richness and wisdom, I wouldn't trade this richness and this conscious way of living for any amount of wealth, any amount of anything. I have finally found my direction, my compass in life, and I now start to build my empire of this new vision, this new world, this new way of life. And I invite you, my Lemurian tribe, to come and join this. to maybe even to recreate your own new world, your own new vision, to step into authenticity instead of the matrix, the conditioning, the programs. And of course, I'm still reprogramming, reconditioning everything that was put onto me. I think it'll take a lifetime to do. But stepping forward, though, in the way I really truly want to show up, being able to shine my beauty on this world and to shine it, to help others step into their more authentic truth. So I invite you, my Lemurian tribe, to come and join. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and come and join me on this journey of self-discovery as I dive deeper into Tantra, conscious relationships, conscious community, diving into the mysteries of Tantra and Egyptian Tantra, sacred sexuality, women and men's orgasmic pleasures, and the list goes on. So blessings. Thank you for listening to my story. And if you feel drawn to also stepping into your authentic self, reach out to me, comment below, and I would love to help or love to share my wisdom. Blessings.